You had mentioned in an earlier talk how communities benefit from the increasing capitalization of the mining companies. And I thought that was sort of interesting. And what I was thinking about was how the argument is always being made about jobs, but what it really seems to be about is increasing the revenues of the local business community and of the political, the governmental community in a place. Now,
Just looking at the number of jobs typically associated with metal mining, it's that in Montana, for instance, it's well below 1%. It's a relatively small number of people. One can look across the Mountain West almost anywhere you look, even in Arizona, New Mexico, where there's a lot of metal mining going on. It's a tiny sliver of 1%. And so it seems unlikely that one could explain the political attraction or the political power of metal mining. And given that most of the companies now are no longer local, at one point Anaconda Company was a Montana company. I mean, they owned all the newspapers. They owned 5 of the 6 big city newspapers. They were deeply embedded in Montana as a Montana company. These days, mining companies are multinational corporations. If you can peel behind all the local corporate structures. So what's clear to me is that the bigger connection locally is that governments are economic partners. Their taxes amount to sharing some of the profits associated with the mining activity. And that, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, that makes governing easier when you have a capital-intensive project that's exporting the product to the rest of the world. Your taxes get exported to whoever's using the copper, or we, for a time, had a 30% severance tax on our coal. It went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, which did find it constitutional, but the folks in the Midwest who were buying our coal to generate electricity claimed it was the only reason we were doing it was to try to stop coal mining, and that was interfering with interstate trade. But the politicians could hardly resist a tax that could be sent out of state and help pay for the government services, infrastructure, etc. You're taxing distant corporations rather than your own citizens. Democrats and Republicans can all be in favor of that. So there, I think, just from an economic point of view and a political point of view, everyone from a county commissioner to a school board chair to the state legislature to the governor of the state sees capital-intensive mining projects as a very attractive thing, very a nice indirect way to get revenues without taxing your own citizens, and that makes it incredibly attractive, but also creates a conflict of interest between the representatives of the people and the public interest.